just doesn't feel like without a microphone. Okay, hello everybody, my name is Bob and I'm the former president of NTU Toastmasters, the president before Coco time. So, what I'm going to do today is that I'm going to listen to, actually I did listen to everybody's speeches and make sure I note down the important parts, which is the mistakes, grammatical mistakes or whatsoever, sorry, I'm not good at English because I'm not a native speaker, even though I do sound like one because my accent is fake, okay? My accent is fake. Accents aren't important. Okay, so I'm going to take a listen into your mistakes and also the good things that you have done with your English language, for example, using idioms, using phrasal verbs, etc. All right, let's get the bad news over with first. Okay, I heard somebody say the meeting is now start. It should be the meeting starts now, okay? I heard somebody say a cup of a wine. Well, do you drink wine like a coffee? Okay, it's a glass of wine, okay? Not a wine, so it's a glass of wine. All right, next one. I'm going to skip some. Okay, the and the pronunciations. I still hear people pronounce it incorrectly. I said that accents are not important, but this can sometimes lead to errors, which what I mean by error means that when you say something, for example, you say lat, Liz, it's going to sound like other words. For example, Liz sounds like somebody's name. Liz, Elizabeth, Liz. Okay, it's very close. I heard somebody say lad and Liz a lot, but just push your tongue a little bit further to the outside. This, that, this, that. All right, repeat after me. This. This. It's like Liz, but further out. Once more. This. This. That.
That.
That. Sorry. This.
This.
That.
That.
All right, I heard somebody say marathon. It's okay, but the correct pronunciation should be marathon. All right, marathon.
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 It's okay, because this one is not quite dangerous because when you say marathon, you understand what that person means. All right, this is one mistake that is quite dangerous. I heard somebody say the girl on the second row. I would strongly suggest that you change the girl into the lady. Okay? It would be more polite for the person you're talking to, because we're not little kids anymore, right? The lady on the second row. I've heard somebody say the boy too. You can change it to the gentleman over there, the gentleman on the right side, the gentleman on the left side, the lady on the left side, the lady in the front, etc., etc. Okay? Okay. Oh, and I've heard this twice. A big applause. A big applause. It should be a big round of applause. Or you can say, give them a big hand. But it's okay because everybody understands. Oh, I've heard somebody say the Stephen Chen and the Herbert Huang. Okay, I'm going to explain when do you say the. For example, you want to introduce somebody who is very well known among the community. For example, you want to say Donald Trump. Not me, come on. For example, Donald Trump. Everybody knows Donald Trump. For example, we're going to say that Donald Trump is coming here today. So, what, really? That Donald Trump? The Donald Trump. The Donald Trump. Something like that. You use that the or the like as a replacement of that to emphasize that the person is, yes, indeed, the person that you're referring to. Okay? It's okay, you can use it like that, but when you say the Stephen Chen, it gives Stephen Chen a lot of credit, which is good too. It's very good too, actually. I've heard somebody say who are easy to feel nervous. I would recommend saying who gets nervous easily, but I think this is easily understandable, so it's okay. Let's see. I've heard somebody say idea. I have a great idea. I hear other like native speaking people say this too, idea. It should be idea, but I'm going to explain a little bit here. Some people, especially the British people, they pronounce something called an intrusive R. For example, the main idea is that. What I'm trying to say is the main idea is that. But a lot of British people add R's when one word ends with a vowel and another starts with a vowel. So when two vowels meet, they add an R. That's what British people do. So, no, by British I mean the London people, because not all British speak it that way. Okay, so I would suggest just saying idea, but if you are really so compelled to learn the British accent, by all means, say the main idea is that. Okay. I've heard somebody say I have a lot of faults. By faults, it sounds like you're faulty. By faulty, do you know what I mean by faulty? It's like imperfect. You're like born defective. It feels something like defective. Okay, like 残废. Okay, so please do not say I have a lot of faults. Please say I make a lot of mistakes. Okay, I make a lot of mistakes. So, okay, I want to share a quote from myself, not from myself, like from another person that I've heard from before. It's whatever can go wrong will go wrong. What I mean is that when you are using a PowerPoint presentation, for example, and you use a video inside of it, just remember that whatever can go wrong will go wrong. Your video is not going to play. That's what I'm trying to say. And then, I've heard somebody say first one, second one, when referring to the speakers that have spoken up here. I would recommend using their names because it's written over there. If you don't know, please ask the people who spoke here, because it's more polite to that person. Or if you don't know their names and it's in an emergency, I would recommend changing it to first speaker, second speaker, not first one, second one. It's like counting sheep. Okay. I've seen somebody write treasure report. Treasure. Are we on a treasure hunt? Let's go out and find treasures. No, it's not treasure, it's treasurer. Okay, so if you want to pronounce it the British way, it's treasurer. If you want to pronounce it the American way, it's treasurer. That's why I don't pronounce it the American way. Okay. I'm here to encourage yourself. I'm here to encourage you. Because it's not, if you are going to encourage yourself to yourself, then it's to yourself. But I am here to encourage you, not yourself. Okay? I've heard somebody say often, which is correct. There are two pronunciations for often, O-F-T-E-N. But me personally, I would say often more because I'm an Indonesian. I read exactly how the words are written. So I say often more. But it's okay, you can say often too. Alright, so the great examples, I would give this credit to Coco. She said toast. What toast is, it's basically 敬酒. Okay, by using Chinese over here, I think it's okay because everybody understands Chinese. It's our lingua franca here in Taiwan. So using Chinese to explain something is far more easy than explaining it in English, right? So I strongly suggest using Chinese. I've heard Coco also saying the word sad, the word trivial. It means less useful or less significant, but less useful sounds bad. So when you say trivial, it sounds more sophisticated. Okay, and I've heard somebody say 密室逃脱. Maybe it's okay in this context because everybody's Taiwanese mostly, I guess. So I would suggest saying room escape game, but chamber escape. I searched online and it says room escape. Okay, room escape or chamber escape. Okay, you can say room escape game for the English term. Right. Okay, I've heard Kevin Tseng. This is the credit to Kevin Tseng. He said, "This is the reason why." Blah 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 blah. This is the reason why. Blah 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 blah. 4 times. And this is a very good way of emphasizing your speech. You want to emphasize something, you want to make sure your message goes through to your brain and not coming in from the left and going out from the right. No, left, right, sorry. So 4 times emphasize a good use of language. Yeah, everybody can learn from this. I've heard somebody say a man of God. Even though I'm not a Christian, I'm a Buddhist, which basically is an atheistic religion. But what I want to say, why did I take this example, is that you can use this phrase to introduce somebody. For example, you want to say that this person is very honest. You can say he is or she is a man or a woman of honesty. For example, he is a man of honesty. She is a woman of honesty. Or you can say he's a man of virtue, she's a woman of valor, he's a man of bravery, something like that. If you want to use it, it's going to sound very good in your speeches. And then I'm going to give this credit to Stephen Chen, a quote saying, "The more you use it, the better you are." Sorry, the more you use it, the better you are. It's very good. It is very motivational. But one small suggestion: I think if you change the word "are" into "become," it's going to be much more smoother. But it's okay. And let's see what else. So no more. So in the end, I'm just going to encourage everybody to start speaking. I know a lot of people make mistakes, including myself. When I started standing here, you have realized that I've made a lot of mistakes. If you are better at English than me, you should realize that I do make a lot of grammatical mistakes. Even though I might sound like I'm a foreigner, I'm not a native speaker. So what I'm trying to say is, your accents are important. Even if you make mistakes, it isn't important too, as long as your message goes through, as long as your mistakes are within the right boundaries, and because we are also a club to learn from each other. Even if you make fatal mistakes, we're going to tell you what you have done wrong, what you have sorry, my English is not good. What you have done wrong, and you can improve with it, and everybody can improve too. So make as many mistakes as you can, because we're all going to learn from it. So that's the end of my language evaluation. Thank you.